but that there was a kind of evolution which came so that you had people out of an ape or whatever it is, but the basic philosophy of this guy was that it is the strong who survive, and the strong has the right to eliminate the weak. And that was, of course, what Hitler and the Nazis...
And that's social Darwinism. Whether you believe in evolution or not, they've made it a fake scientific debate by pinning down Christians with quacks. Whether you debate how God made it, they're just saying we're all slime, we're weak, we deserve to die. That's the essence of evolution. Stay there.
Are you concerned for the safety of your loved ones? Listen closely to this message from pepperspray.com. Every 22 seconds a violent crime is committed. America has changed, and your personal safety is your first priority. Be smart. Be safe. Trust pepper spray instead of your luck. Pepperspray.com is the only website you'll ever need for all of your non-lethal self-defense supplies. Pepperspray.com carries one of the largest assortments of pepper spray and personal safety products on the web. From big to small, we have it all. Pepper spray, mace, animal repellents, stun guns, and tasers. Pepperspray.com also carries a large assortment of products for personal, home, child, and pet safety. Enter SAFE in the coupon box, and you'll receive a special discount off of your order. So what are you waiting for? Go to pepperspray.com. That's pepperspray.com. Or call 1-800-908-9988 today.
Todd, Craig, Kevin, Mark, Rich, you get a chance to talk to Hilmar von Campe as we start the next segment, the last 30 minutes. But in this short segment, Hilmar, you've written this book trying to warn people. You were getting into Hitler loved and was obsessed with, for those that have read Mein Kampf and read his speeches, read the history books with his statements, he was obsessed with evolution, obsessed with social Darwinism. That's why the Rockefellers had funded the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute on eugenics, the Cold Springs Harbor eugenics facility here in the U.S., IBM's Hollerith machines with the tattoos on the people in the camps was to be entered into the machines, how much they'd be fed, how long they'd be worked. I know you know all of that, but absolutely, when we look at evolution, it's not really a debate about how life develops. It's saying humans are worthless, humans are blobs, humans are a cancer. I believe with the churches, they set up a false debate between church and science, like the church was a bunch of idiots, and they'll put an average preacher up going, I didn't come from a monkey, I didn't come from a... Instead of saying something put us here on this planet, there's a higher power, there's a greater law. Instead, Hitler or Stalin, he was a big eugenicist, they become the law. They love this system. So that's a key point you hit on.
Did you ask me?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that's a key point you brought up. You were talking about Hitler saying it's the strong's right to kill the weak.
Yes. Then they allowed themselves to kill as many as were against them. They practically, as you correctly stated, he made himself to the God, and every disapproval of him was normally answered with the Gestapo and an end in the concentration camp. We had in front of our home, or not from our home, from our church on Sunday, we had agents of the Gestapo who took the names down of all the people and who entered, and everybody knew what they were there for. It was a kind of intimidation, and that's the way they worked. And
now our in the Fed protest and Tea Parties have the Army and the Feds watching us and marking our names down, and the Feds admit that they are in the churches doing that as well. All of this is being announced to intimidate people.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. That's the way it is. But this is only the result of decades of violations of the government agencies, of the government structures, where systematically a bit here, a bit there, a bit here, a bit there, the reality of the Constitution was violated manipulated. And what we have now is everything what they're doing in Washington, as far as I'm concerned, is against the Constitution, is unconstitutional. And I'm really very astonished that there is I have not heard, I know that I have talked myself to the Tea Party. They are patriots, these people. But there has to be some circles where they put together a team of lawyers so that you attack what is unconstitutional, not just get trillions and trillions of dollars into debt and make organizations which have only aims at the own population and not at anything else. Anybody all those who are not in agreement with what the government is involved in. But I don't see that. I see the Republicans, even Mrs. Snow yesterday said it goes that you get to something bipartisan. No, Mrs. Snow, it's not bipartisan. It's what is right. And these things that you here bring out as law, that is against the Constitution. We have to stop it.
Absolutely. Those trying to violate the Bill of Rights and Constitution, they, according to the Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, Constitution, are the enemies of the Republic. They are the criminals. But instead, the FBI has been trained. We have their training manuals, and police are being trained that people that talk about the Constitution are bad. It's upside down. We are bad because we're not letting offshore banks become the government and then become God and have unlimited power.
Yeah, I have, as you mentioned, the Declaration of Independence. I have it here in front of me. And here it says in the second paragraph.
Well, stay there. Come back to the second paragraph. Then we're going to phone calls with Hilmer von Campe, the author of the book, Defeating the Totalitarian Lie. Your calls are straight ahead after this quote from the Declaration of Independence. Your questions for Hilmer von Campe. I'm Alex Jones, PrisonPlanet.com.
Direct to you. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Liberty, freedom, rule of law, Constitution. The people are the government. That is the engine of wealth, the engine of happiness, the engine of invention. But the blight, the scourge of big government and the control freak authoritarians is now upon us. Hilmer von Campe, we're going to get more into ideological philosophy before you leave us, but I promise to go to calls right now. But you wanted to say something about the Declaration of Independence. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says in the second paragraph, it speaks of we hold those truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. So that is their task, to secure our rights. Governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government laying foundations on such principles and organizing its power in such form as to them shall seem most likely to the effect their safety and happiness. I think that our government and the Congress are acting in a really very irresponsible way, destroying our Constitution. And I think it's the right of the citizens, as you've already said, the roles have been turned around. What is up is down, and what is down is up. But we don't need to accept that. I just wonder how to, and I have no answer to the question, but how to affect what our Constitution and...
You do it state by state. You have to have the states not secede, but declare sovereignty under 9th and 10th Amendment. You have to then march through a mass awakening to take back the Congress, and you have to audit the Fed and arrest the banking leadership that are the true shadow government. By doing that, we could win this very quickly. But as you said earlier, we have become a decadent, wicked society on average. That made us easily taken over. So because people are so lazy and decadent, they can't even grasp basic philosophy that is ingrained in the natural law. But that, that sounds, the Declaration of Independence is a great threat to the New World Order, because today people go, okay, all men are equal. But that was a revolutionary statement then. We take it for granted. Before, kings were sovereign and above everyone, and everyone wasn't equal. Equal in our rights, not equal in our gifts or what we're able to do individually. And we are independent, free, and equal to create our own systems and our own wealth without having it sucked off of us by the parasite class.